Primetime. That's the name.
Primetime.
Primetime.
What time is it? Showtime, primetime.
It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.
And then he couldn't fire his glutes later.
Matt Hayes.
His balls are different in person.
And Leon Searcy.
So they were smelling themselves.
Oh, my gosh.
With no deal.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
Welcome in, Hump Day. Oh, man. You're starting to count it down. We started it yesterday with that draft clock ticking away, mainly for first rounders. This squad right here in good old Duval, not in the first round, doesn't mean that they won't work their way back in. But anyway, with the countdown, we made it officially yesterday, 30 days until the Jaguars are on the clock. And that's with pick 56, but we will be looking at all the possibilities with Jacksonville maybe trading up. So we decided to do our XLP Big Three. We started off with special teams. We're going position by position. The all 22 is where we pick it up today with a little left guard action that we will do today. So in Big Sirs, they once tried to pigeonhole you into a guard status coming out of the University of Miami.
Yes, absolutely. Pittsburgh Steelers.
You did not allow for that.
I did not. The Pittsburgh Steelers drafted me to play left guard initially when I came out in 1990.
That's just like
imagine that nonsense.
It was nonsense, and you know what I had to do?
Nasty 5-letter word right there.
It was, man. First of all, I wasn't ready for that smoke. I ain't even lying. It gets down and dirty down there. So I was struggling during camp. I mean, I'd already missed most of it of training camp, okay, because I was holding out. Mm-hmm. So then when you hold me out and you put me at left guard and I'm struggling, you know, I initially had to, I told Coach Cowher, I went in his office and said, listen, Coach, I said, I know you drafted me at left guard to play the position because I played left tackle at Miami in my senior year. I said, I'm struggling, Coach. He said, well, Leon, what do you propose we do? I said, Coach, just move me back to my natural position. He said, what is that? I said, right tackle. And the rest is history. That's how it worked. It was as simple as me going in there.
That does sound like a Leon's locker room. You got to just go ahead and start that bad boy.
Professing my struggles.
Yeah, hang on. You got to start it all over.
All right, got you right there.
Now, the Lemon Pepper Locker Room with Leon Searcy.
Yes.
Served up by Wingstop.
That's
all
a
right.
good one.
Yes, Wingstop. Open till 1 a.m. Delivers right to your door. They don't deliver at your door at 1 a.m., so don't ask because you're not going to get any wings. Just tell you right now. But those hot and crispy wings are available with extra ranch.
Extra ranch.
Extra ranch. Hey, listen, if you need a double dip, do your thing.
You know, Hacker just loves it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what happened. So when I was drafted in 1992.
Because I'll be honest with you, I don't remember this part of the story where they were visualizing you as a left guard.
They were visualizing me as a left guard, okay? And I was the first I was the first guard taken off the board, to be honest with you, because they got two guys in front of me, Ray Roberts and Bob Whitfield were left tackles.
Yeah.
And I played left tackle my senior year, so I thought that I was the next left tackle. I thought I was next in line, but they would draft me to play left guard. And I had already held out like 4 weeks of training camp, right? So I was way behind. So when you throw me in there at left guard out of my position, I struggled. I struggled with the space.
Right.
I struggled with the space, working with the center, working with the tackle, and all that other kind of stuff. So I just professed. It was like a confessional when I went to Bill Cowher. I said, Coach, you see I'm struggling. I said, just move me back to my natural position. And he said, what is that now? I said, right tackle. I started at right tackle. And he put me back to right tackle. And then the transition just went on from there.
That's beautiful. I love it.
You know?
And I know I always ask this question to you and any others who have played at the highest levels, that it seems like it's hard as hell to go from one position to another at the highest level of football. Now, you had played it before, so it was more natural for you. But whenever they say, let's just use Caleb Ransaw as an example, he's going to be our safety. Well, he hasn't played it. Well, he's going to. Well, how? He might be great at it because we have seen other guys that have transitioned beautifully from one position in college to another in the NFL, but it just seems hard to me.
I mean,
he did play in camp though before he got hurt.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying he didn't. He never played it.
Right.
Well, I never played the left guard position
in a game,
as well. Yeah. I never played the left guard position as well. And I played left tackle.
Right.
And I was told I was going to play left tackle right after playing when we beat Texas in the Cotton Bowl. Going into my senior year, most of the time they put your best offensive lineman at left tackle position. I'm walking off the plane. Arkeo comes up to me and says, get ready for left tackle. You're going to left tackle. Okay. I played right tackle my whole time. My mommy said, get ready for left tackle. You're going to left tackle this spring. I said, I'd never played left tackle before, but I knew it was an important position, so I had to learn it.
Yeah. So honestly, it's a good story, and you honed your craft to where you were a Pro Bowler, recognized among the greatest, the best at that position. So we will do our XLP Big Three. We'll go left guard today. We're going to go all 22 after doing the special teams yesterday, which covered a lot of ground, and we definitely had fun doing it. Got clobbered a few times as far as some of the decisions we made. But we'll look at this left guard position and the draft history for your Jacksonville Jaguars. What is the latest, Matt Hayes, when it comes to not necessarily the Todd Golden watch, but the latest up in Chapel Hill, now that Hubert Davis
Hubert's been fired,
has been let go as the Tar Heels head coach.
North Carolina's looking for a new head coach. And we talked about this yesterday. My guess is they waited so long to fire him because they were trying to get their financial ducks in order. Because clearly it looks like Kansas will be looking for a new coach. Kentucky hasn't made a move, but at the very least, if you're North Carolina, you've got to get ahead of it. Be it for Todd Golden, be it for anyone else, Billy Donovan, whoever else. If you're going to make a run at I don't think Billy Donovan's coming back to the college game, by the way. But if you're going to make a legit run at a major name, Nate Oates, then you're legitimately going to have some money, no haggling stuff. This is what we're going to pay you. We're going to pay you like a football coach, and we're going to guarantee you this amount in NIL every year. And you got to get your financial ducks in order. And I think they did that now, and now they're going to go out. Now they're going to start talking to people.
But
again, here's what I want to make very clear. So I wrote last week that if I was North Carolina, you back up the Brinks truck and you say, what's it going to take, Todd Golden? I'm not saying Todd Golden's going to go. More than likely, he's going to tell him no. But the point is, you got to make him tell you no. If he's the hottest coach in the game right now, he's a guy that's young. He deals with players at a granular level. He knows them. They know him. They get along well. He's proven he can build through the transfer portal. He's won a national title. So if that's the guy you think can lead your program, force him to tell you no thank you.
And he's also looking at maybe convincing guys to come back for another year that would help, at the very least, him stitch together what he has and what he wants to add to. And so that's also going to be a little bit of a tough thing to walk away from.
He may get two of those guys.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
He may get Chinulu, and I don't think he's going to get Condon.
I feel
Hawk's gone. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. Thomas Houck
he's
is
a top
out,
15, 17 pick.
The other guys that are still available, you could even convince Boogie. Probably won't happen, but Condon, Chinulu, Urban, Isaiah, and Ingram's going to obviously come back and be one of the stars that he's going to count on.
See, I was speaking on the same thing with Lane Kiffin. The only thing with Lane, he didn't win the championship. If this is your baby, how do you walk away from it? You done fed it, you done burped it, you done cleaned it, you watch it crawl, you watch it walk, you watch it run.
Agree.
Yeah.
So why would you? And I know going to
There's always a bigger fish.
Because that's the big fish.
Well, I'm saying
that's actually the fish in college basketball.
I understand going to a blue blood. I understand North Carolina.
Blue blood.
It's a blue, but why can't Florida, if he stays, win another or maybe?
Of course they can. There's no doubt they can.
Because to Leon's point, if you go in the 21st century, name the natties as far as Carolina and Florida. They're right there toe to toe with one another.
Well, I mean, my point in that comment that I wrote as well is Florida's not proven they've done it with two different people.
Right.
So even if he does leave, it doesn't mean you can't get another coach to do it again.
Yeah,
what they have is that structure and framework is set there.
Yeah.
And they've proven they can do it.
Yeah, that part I get.
No, go ahead.
Yeah,
I was going to say the regime before him, Mike White, had the same structure and couldn't get it done, but maybe it's the coaching.
He got close. He got to the Elite Eight. Almost got to the Final Four, actually.
Okay.
So he got close.
Yeah, almost, but didn't. And then it didn't work out after that.
It's not easy getting the Final Four, you know.
No. And if you go back as far as just national championships, they, like I said, they're tied. They're toe-to-toe in the 21st century. Obviously, North Carolina has won many more before that, and Florida made it to the Final Four in the 1994, but in no way, shape, or form do they have the rich history that North Carolina has. They've got, who is it, Jordan Hudson running the football program right now, and so you're trying to figure out which one is the most important one Does Bill know that there is a basketball?
We all know which one the important one is.
Is it? But
the program of Michael and Dean is the one that's important.
You would think so. So anyway, I just want to kind of handicap this just a little.
I'm more of a Jordan over Jordan guy myself.
It does make a little more sense, right?
I'm more of a Jordan over LeBron, definitely. Definitely in that one.
Now, just to play devil's advocate with Todd Golden, and you're like, why would he leave? He's built all this, whatever. They have the same national title. Well, listen. It's North Carolina. We know it's North Carolina, but last year they won a national championship. They also had like the best player, and he saved their ass the entire tournament.
He's great, yeah.
So he sort of hasn't really had that run at Florida outside of that. I know they had a great regular season this year, but don't you think like he's thinking maybe if I go to North Carolina, I could get a lot of Walter Clayton?
All right, and I'm gonna play the double devil's advocate.
Yeah. Whoa,
Walter Clayton was a good player. Okay.
Great player.
He was a good player under Pitino. Became a great player at Florida. Became a great player. And that's the thing that is the draw with Todd Golden. He develops these guys. He developed Condon.
Yeah.
He developed Houck.
Yeah, he does get a ton of credit.
Chinelu. So that's why he's such an elite coach. He's proven he can do it.
And really, you can take Condon and Chinelu as two really good lab rats that he turned into
Clayton
much
too,
better
man.
players.
I mean, I think Clayton averaged like 14 a game before he got to Florida. Dude, he was the best player in the tournament last year.
And I agree with that. I'm just saying from 1 year of having them to the next year of having him. He changed the look and flow of the team from paint producers versus outside the arc producers. And so it's worth getting into. 641-1010. You guys hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Let us know what you think. And if indeed he does look at that, listen to it, all that kind of stuff, what is Florida going to be able to do to counter it? Scotty Strickland is right now working the math. So we will get into all that coming up.
Did you say Scotty Strickland?
Scotty, yeah.
They're on they're friends like that.
Yeah. Buds, me, Frangie, and Scotty. All right, so
that is a hell of a threesome on the golf course.
Threw myself right in there.
He's not my friend lately.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't think so?
No, not lately. He's
not. He didn't call you Maddie or anything like that.
Maddie,
rightfully so, I guess.
You're a journalist. You're not supposed to have friends. And
also, because I have bad
made
sources
too many.
That's the real reason.
What'd you say?
I forget.
He has bad sources.
I have bad sources. That's the real reason,
my
obviously.
God! Yeah, you do.
And I've got bad sources.
So me, Scotty, and Frangie. We will get out of the golf course. Thanks to the Golf Club of Southampton, they bring you today's show. They are the home of the Coastal Equipment Guggen Open. The renovation is right around the corner. Just looking forward to all that is good, and it is playing right now. Beautiful. And so head on out. 287-PLAY, the home of the 9 after 5. You got so much that you can look forward to in terms of membership opportunities. Make sure you check them out. 287-PLAY, and get on the tee sheet or log on golfsouthampton.com. So let's dig in a little bit more on this, but let's get to our XLP Big 3 with the left guard position in the entire Jaguars draft history. What have they done there?
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford.
Hi, I'm Austin Cindric.
Austin Cindric, the winner of the Daytona 500.
1010 XL, Jack Sports Radio.
Hey, it's Travis from Cannons of Jacks. When you need a trailer hitch, gooseneck, or RV towing options, call us at Cannons. We've been doing it for 55 years, and customer service is our #1 priority. Visit cannonsofjacks.com.
When you need a mechanic you can trust, call Sam, Harry, or Joe at AA Automotive on Richard Street. From oil changes to complex engine repairs, AA Automotive promises expert service and honest pricing from a local family biz. AA Automotive on Richard Street.
Leon Serza here, your lemon pepper guy. You know Wingstop always delivers, and I'm not talking about their cook-to-order, hand-sauced and tossed chicken sandwich in your choice of 12 mouth-watering flavors. I'm not talking about the house-made ranch, so good nobody will blame you if you double dip. I'm talking about Wingstop that delivers straight to your door, and did you know they're open until 1 a.m.? So visit wingstop.com or use the app to get flavors delivered right to your door, late night, only at Wingstop.
Can't stop. Wingstop.
March is coming in like a lion at Best Bet, and Clockwork Cash Out is back with a vengeance at all locations. Every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in March, from 6 p.m. till midnight, $500 will be given away every 30 minutes while playing the table games. The excitement is roaring at Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine. For more details, visit bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. Tell me if this is you, because it's definitely me.
I go to bed thinking tomorrow morning I'm going to wake up early, jump in that ice bath I just bought, have a good breakfast, go for a morning walk, and order a veggie for my side instead of fries. Then the morning arrives. I press snooze, skip everything else I planned because I'll do it tomorrow. But that's the Awaken 180 difference. Tomorrow is today. It's so easy. You want to do it. Your coach will be there to help you do it. You won't want to let her down. Accountability, ease, feeling great. That's the Awaken 180 difference. Now you can download an app, Google a weight loss plan, or buy the latest gadget. But who actually helps you follow through when you couldn't do it before? I lost 40 pounds with Awaken 180, and it was easy. No meds. I couldn't lose 5 pounds in a month on my own. Awaken 180 works, and it continues to work because it's set up to not let you fail. Succeed like we did at awaken180weightloss.com.
You may not be able to control the air you breathe on the outside, but you certainly can on the inside of your home. Just call Florida Home AC and ask about the Remy Halo. It's the next generation of air quality technology. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC.
An accident with a big truck can change everything in a matter of seconds. Medical bills start piling up, you're missing work, and the trucking company's lawyers, they get to work immediately. That's why you need a law firm that moves just as fast. I'm Chris Campione, and at Campione Law, we fight for truck accident victims, digging into the details and holding negligent drivers and their trucking companies accountable. We don't get paid unless you do. Big trucks have big lawyers. You need a stronger fighter. Campione Law. Visit CampioneLaw.com. Offices, Jacksonville and St. Augustine.
Hey Jacksonville, this is Dr. George Bari. Bari Orthopedics is your choice when it comes to an injury. We're here for you and your loved ones to deliver excellent treatment and care fast the first time. Trust your care in our hands. Get same-day appointments for your injuries with 3 locations. If it hurts, ask us first. Bari Orthopedics.
Be sure and check out the expertise from Dr. George Bari and the entire staff at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. XL Primetime Wednesday, teed up by the Golf Club of Southampton, home of the Coastal Equipment Guggen Open Golf Tournament.
We had a little bit of rain earlier today. You got great weather the rest of the way. That wind that was here yesterday, a little less present today. So head on out to the Golf Club of Southampton. Call 287-PLAY. Get on the tee sheet. Enjoy this beautiful weather right now. Now, the XLP Big Three. The all 22 is where we were at. We're beginning with left guard after doing our special teams yesterday. Big Sirs, you were going to start us off as the Pro Bowl lineman that you are. But anybody out there, 641-1010, hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. The left guard history of your Jacksonville Jaguars, some good, some not so much. We will get into all of it coming up. All right, XLP Big Three, start us off.
Let's do this real quick, though, because I was like, I didn't really find many people. And Big Sirs goes, I need you to dig deeper, man.
I need you to
This was wide receiver. You'd had 20 players.
Exactly. He was saying I couldn't find any left guards. So I had to give him a hint on the first one, whatever. He didn't dig it. But if this was wide receivers, he had about 10 guys lined up.
God,
right. No one likes a guard until you need one.
Until you need one.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm as big a guard guy as there is right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Of recent history, he's fallen more in love with the big heifers.
He has.
Last 2 years.
Over the last 2 years. He's won a guard the last 2
but he
years.
had mad quarterback and wide receiver love there for a while.
Now, are most guards in the NFL guys who were originally drafted as tackles who become guards, or are most guards drafted as guards?
I'd say a mixture. Half and half, maybe.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, I would think,
maybe
probably.
even less than half.
Yeah, probably about
Less than
70,
half
30.
are drafted as guards.
Yeah, like 1 out of 3, they see a tackle in college and say, "Hey, I project you as a guard."
Yeah.
That's just probably that's a guess, but that's probably pretty close.
Well, think about this: Jonathan Ogden played left guards coming out his first year. Because Tony Jones was the left tackle.
Yeah.
So he played left guard at 6'8", 345.
Yeah, that's a 6'8".
That's sick, isn't it?
And just imagine a quarterback trying to look over that dude.
Exactly, that part right there.
All right, start us off.
All right, Vince. First of all, the guy's the top 25 all-time Jaguar.
Yeah,
love this guy. Mauler, furniture mover, physical. Had a lot to do with the running game with your boy Maurice Jones and Fred Taylor in those 20s when they were running the ball. Yeah, Vince Manuwai.
Vince Manuwai.
Yeah.
Vince
And,
Manuwai.
and we're talking, if you go with any of those that are Pacific American, or however you want to describe it, Polynesian, whatever it is, they are grown man strong.
They are.
And so I'm just
Was he Samoan?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
he's Samoan.
I'm just going to put my name right next to it because this is not too hard. He was the 72nd pick overall. And when you consider this guy, that if you go to the early years of Jack Del Rio's 2003 when they drafted him, and what you just said is true, that he wanted to be physical at the line of scrimmage, play good defense, and run the football. This was Freddie towards the end.
Yep.
This was MJD a couple years later. But, yeah, 2003, a plug-and-play cat at that left guard.
Yeah, he's the
position.
type of guy that you draft and you turn your back and he's there for the next 10 years.
Boom. So I'm right there with you.
So we never figured out, did he sign a second contract?
Vince Manawai, I feel like he did, but I don't remember.
He was with the Jazz for at least, 8 years?
Yeah, then he had to.
I feel like he immediately. We're talking about this was the time when you went from Tom Coughlin at the end of 2002 being the general manager and the head coach, hiring Jack Del Rio, getting Shaq Harris as your general manager. And they obviously went with the Byron Leftwiches of the world very early, Reggie Williams. We can go down the line with the guys they picked in the first round. But Manawai, a quality third-round pick.
And, he got an extension with the Jags.
Yeah.
Okay. Why do I see him like in a Seahawks uniform? I might be wrong.
I don't know. 2003 to 2010 with the Jags.
Yeah, he played a good solid career. All right, move on.
So
I got him as well. So.
He's clearly on mine. So I'm going to go all the way old school. All the way old school. First draft, Brian DeMarco.
No, he was. Leon, I'm looking at you.
Did you say who'd you say?
Brian DeMarco.
Brian DeMarco. He was a tackle, bro, at Michigan State.
They drafted him as a guard.
Did they?
Yeah.
Well, he played right tackle his first year, till I came.
Till you came?
Yeah, but he never played left guard.
He only played right guard.
Only played right guard.
Yeah, and he was also a guy who at least had some child support problems. He had some stuff that went down.
Right, but I mean,
we all have issues.
Right, I mean, like,
if we're gonna do that, then we probably have to leave some of
then you're
these
going to
guys
run
off
half
the
the
list.
league
Yeah,
out.
I'm
man, if you're going to do that.
I'm gonna have to leave the room.
John, come on, man.
But I'm just saying,
look at our hero next to us here,
Right,
man. You're like
exactly.
insulting him right now.
I did laugh when he said that. But DeMarco just
Child support's crazy, bro. When you get some of these numbers that you hear, like they really kill some of these professional athletes.
Yeah.
And just dads in general.
When you're having to lop off, that amount, whenever they get that settlement, it is pricey. But anyway, DeMarco, if you want to put him in there, that's
you can
fine.
put him in there.
But I see him on the right-hand side, and I see him.
I would have, I probably would have put, but he didn't get drafted. My boy Big Ben, he did play left guard, but he wasn't drafted.
But he was
But he got to be drafted. These got to be drafted guys. Yeah, whatever.
No, we're doing drafted and undrafted, right?
No, we're doing
drafted,
undrafted.
just not signed as a free agent.
Yeah, not signed as a free agent.
Yeah,
so Ben was a free agent.
Yeah, he was.
Oh,
free
okay.
agent.
Okay.
Yeah, so DeMarco drafted 40th overall, and just didn't. The only reason I wouldn't put him up there is because that's a pretty dang high draft pick, and he moved around multiple positions. Started right tackle rookie season.
I think
moved
that's
to
not
right
the reason
guard.
you would have put him up there. I think you have, you already told us your reason, and it was right out of the gate.
Well, no, he just didn't. He didn't play that. He didn't play that well. And
there are women that don't pay child support too. Just FYI.
my God.
Yeah. So let's just make sure.
Just FYI, Joe. If you know what I mean.
Hey, JJ, I'm gonna take a break.
Yeah. Let's just make this one thing very clear. He played right tackle before Leon got here, and he played right guard. So if you do want to bring him up,
he's not eligible for this.
Yeah, we get to that other side.
All right,
then
so
you
I'll
can
wait
throw
till
him
the
in
other side,
there,
and then you can say again he had child support issues.
He started a bunch of games and played 4 years here.
Who's your guy, Joe? Who you got?
All right, so I obviously put Vince as the number one guy, but I'm just going to go ahead and jump. And Uche Nwaneri, 149th pick overall.
Okay,
I'm going to put him in as the next guy at left guard because if you just go off of what he was able to do, another guy, durable as hell, strong like bull, and was able to come in here. Now, sadly, we lost Uche Nwaneri, and it wasn't – I'm trying to think how far back I'd have to go when we lost him. 2022 in a large heart with acute
Yeah, I was
heart
gonna say it was
failure.
recent. Yeah.
Yeah, it was recent, but still just very sad. But that guy was another one of those mauling guards when you talk about what you needed inside. Played here 2007, 2013, former Boilermaker, and definitely one of those guys that you like to talk to. That's for sure. So I'm putting Uche in there.
Okay. All right. So my second guy, I don't know if he's a qualifier, but he was undrafted out of Clemson.
Mm-hmm.
He was a lifelong Jaguar. Tyler Shatley.
I do like that.
Yes.
I do
And
like
his greatest strength is what? His
strength.
Shatley's greatest strength is his strength.
Yeah, I had to go Tyler Shatley. I had to because he was a utility belt. He was the Van Lanen before Van Lanen. You're talking about the guy who could play every position except center, and that's what he was. He was just solid. Nothing over the top, nothing wow factor, just steady as he was.
Strong as all.
Yes, he was.
Like, oh my God.
Shatley's greatest strength is his strength.
Yeah, so I had to go with Tyler Shatley. I had to roll with Tyler Shatley.
All right, Matt.
He's, by the way, a friend of the show.
I do love him.
Oh yeah.
So you guys are not
fisherman
you guys
as
are
well.
not gonna like this because I don't even know. I mean, AJ Kahn it was a high pick.
He's right guard.
Right guard again?
Yeah.
Match just 0
You've
for
done
4 on
you've done all
this.
your homework for the
On the
next
right guards.
Yeah.
You definitely have.
And it's AJ Can,
It's
I believe.
I told you, listen, it's just total disregard for guards.
Yeah.
As much as you love
him. Yeah. But I tried to
I thought
change
you
his
loved
name.
big ass and big thighs, bro. That was your whole thing.
I tried to change his
Big
name, and I
asses
would have
and
I would have
big
rolled with it if I were
thighs, yeah.
him because he's living in the land of Khan. I would have changed my name to AJ.
True.
Khan.
Like a Thiesman-Theismann thing.
Yeah, so he could get a contract. But anyway, he started a bunch of games. He will be mentioned later. But the couple of guys that I did not mention, Anthony Cesario, okay? He will not make the list. 3rd rounder, 88th overall. Will Rackley, 76th overall.
When did these guys play?
I'd say early
Anthony
O's.
Cesario was a coffin pick.
Yeah.
That was
he was there when I was there.
That was
Yeah.
a lot of hype.
Yeah, and he came in
A
with
lot of hype?
No,
Yeah.
it was like he came in
Wow.
with a lot
Yeah,
of
he
like,
did.
okay, this dude's gonna solidify.
And I tried to save his life too because the Blu-ray game. He got into the Blu-ray game, and I told him, I
Wait,
said,
the
"Listen,
what? Wait, the what
the
game?
Blu-ray game, the
Yeah,
high
Blu-ray, very
stakes games
popular.
that we had as veterans."
He lost
Blu-ray?
money gambling.
He lost money gambling big time. He had to buy furniture set for Brent Boyer.
A furniture set.
Yeah.
So we're
That is
talking like
just beautiful.
10K, more than 10K.
Well, he owed 15, so Brent
Okay.
gave him a deal for 7.
That's a good guy.
Yeah.
That is a good guy.
That is awesome.
It's a good friend.
Will Rackley will not make the list, but he did start
Also, another big pick.
of over two dozen games. He was in the 3rd round of the 2011 draft, started 14 as a rookie, and then injury, and then came back in 2013. So a total of 25 starts when he was healthy, but he just wasn't. I think he might have been a Lehigh guy and just didn't quite get the job done. So anyway, I did not put him in there. You know who I put in? Who'd you put in 3rd?
3rd?
Yeah.
This guy flip-flop, but at crucial moments we had to use him at left guard. I don't know if he's a qualifier, but I'm going to say his name anyway. Rich Toski.
Okay. Now, Rich is still right.
But he's right, but listen, in the playoffs against the Dolphins, when Baselli went down, he played left guard. When it mattered most. No?
When it mattered
Not only,
most.
that, not only that, he's friend of the show. So
Yeah.
we're gonna-
Oh, yeah. We love Rich.
we'll put him
Now,
at both left and right. How about that?
I'm trying to remember his draft history.
He wasn't drafted.
Yeah, undrafted.
Undrafted,
Yeah,
yes.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, so look, I don't care because the guy I'm putting in there, this is how desperate I was. I went through all the guards. I would say they drafted about 10 guys in the 30 years that would be viewed as a left guard.
Mm-hmm.
Did you put Chad Ward in there? Is that what you did?
Well, no, he was not in there. But I did put my man Ben Barch in there, okay? Benny Barch, and I had to go back, and what he was most famous for as far as his draft status was concerned, he was drafted with that infamous protein shake.
Yeah.
Shake.
Yeah, the smoothies, right?
Yeah,
Which
he
I
had the
still
high
think was
calorie,
a troll.
high calorie concoction. And so basically, he gained over 60 pounds to transition from tight end to offensive lineman when he was in college. And you ready for this? 7 scrambled eggs, cottage cheese, quick grits, peanut butter, bananas, and red Gatorade.
I don't believe it.
is he
I
still
think
in
that
the
he was
league?
trolling us.
2,000 plus calorie smoothie as a daily meal replacement for the clean,
He plays for the
rapid
Lions.
mass gain. And you're not buying it. Let me tell you something.
I think that he took in all of those calories, but I don't think he made a shake every day with all that stuff that he drank. I think that he was trolling the media.
I think somebody made it.
And we sort of like...
You think?
Yes.
I think and
I'll
it's not
stand
impossible.
by that.
It's not impossible.
He was
but
small, man.
Look,
I'm not... I said, I think that he took in all of that caloric intake. But I don't think he actually made a milkshake with all of that stuff in there and drank it every day. That just seems
let me tell you
disgusting.
something. These guys, these athletes, especially more in today's age, they will prepare the night before. They'll go like Teddy Bruschi on you, and they'll prepare
meal
the
prep.
And just do everything.
Of course.
Yeah. And
But
so this actually
just sounds disgusting. Like I said, I believe that he was doing meal prep and putting all this weight on and everything, but to put it in a shake like that, he's
currently third string on the lines.
Oh, so he's still in the league.
Projected third stringer.
Is he really? He went from here, I think, to San Francisco. But I think if you're going to do that, you got to pre-mix it if it's 7 scrambled eggs. You really do. And I don't actually, if I'm going to say, hey, I'm not buying it, I think it should be raw eggs. There's no way I'm putting scrambled eggs.
So why would you you're scrambling the eggs and then putting them in the thing?
Maybe he didn't like the taste of raw eggs.
Along with cottage cheese and quick grits.
Yes.
Now, listen, we had the daughter.
There's some bacon in there. You got a nice breakfast.
The daughter and the son-in-law, Stella, who we no longer have with us. Stella's this beautiful little full ball of fur, right? And she would go through anxiety when they would leave. And so they would leave her one of those play toys stuffed full of peanut butter.
Wow.
It's the only way that she wouldn't freak out when they were leaving, and she would just lick the hell out of that peanut butter out of there. That little Stella gained about 15 pounds. Okay, she was twice the size at the end. And so that peanut butter will put pounds on you, bro. It will.
Nice peanut butter and jelly, like 2 of them before dinner, or before bed every night with big glass of milk. Nothing healthier than that.
It is so good. All right, XLP Big 3. We'll go through them coming up here in just a second as far as the 3 that we had and a couple of them that may or may not have been included in the conversation. 641-1010, you guys let us know who you have best left guards ever drafted or signed as an undrafted free agent by your Jags.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios. Polished by Harbor Dental Care, the locally owned smile restoration experts.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. If you've got fogged up windows, let me help. We'll replace them with clear, insulated units that brighten up your home. People say we're fast, friendly, and reliable. Just check out our Google reviews. Call me today. Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
When your home or business deserves more than ordinary glass, you trust the experts. Capital Glass and Shower Doors has been elevating spaces for over 40 years with precision, craftsmanship, and clean, modern design. From sleek frameless shower enclosures to elegant glass railings, wine cabinets, and any custom glass that makes a statement, Capital Glass delivers unmatched quality, service, and attention to detail. Your vision, their expertise. Capital Glass and Shower Doors at capcoglass.com.
What if the next roof you put on your home was the last one? Not another replacement in 15 or 20 years, the last roof. Metlock Roofing is Florida's only manufacturer and installer of this exclusive roofing system. Engineered for strength, built for Florida weather, backed by a lifetime warranty. Imagine never needing another roof. Call 938-9933 or visit metlokroofing.com. Get your last roof today with Metlock. License number CCC 1335581.
If you've been in an auto accident, you can count on the experts at San Jose Collision to return your vehicle to pre-accident conditions. San Jose Collision can also provide a fresh paint job to freshen up your vehicle or completely change its appearance. They can paint and repair all foreign and domestic cars and trucks. When quality and professionalism are important to you, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
Picking here. Oh boy, you know I love a good flash sale, and we got one right now from Zero Res. This week only 15% off all cleaning. It's International Cleaning Week, baby. Carpet, air ducts, tile, grout, upholstery, hardwood, area rugs, and more. Be the household hero and book now. Call 287-5727. Flash sale this week only for 15% off all cleaning from Zero Res. Tell them Dan sent you. Zero Res, spelled backwards and forwards. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res. Hey, this is Lauren Brooks, and if you think Closets by Design is just closets, you've got to see their brand new showroom at Phillips & Emerson. It's amazing what they can do. See for yourself how they custom design organization for any space. Garages, laundry rooms, bedrooms, even the man cave. It's all about smart storage that fits your lifestyle and budget. Schedule an appointment to meet with a design consultant and tour the showroom for ideas you can see and touch. Start at closetsbydesign.com.
Save big and head to Ronnie's Repair on Sunbeam Road, your local sales and servicing Toro dealer, for their spring sales event this week. Ronnie's offers the full line of residential and commercial Toro zero-turn, stand-on, and walk-behind mowers in gas and battery options. Get groundbreaking savings on Toro Time Cutter, Titan, and Z-Master zero-turns, Grandstand multi-force stand-ons, and walk-behind mowers. Take advantage of the Toro 0% financing or Toro rebate on select mowers. Stop in this Wednesday through Friday to check out great deals and amazing finance offers. Ronnie's has everything you need to make your lawn look the best in the neighborhood. For more details on spring sales event deals, visit your local Toro dealer. Ronnie's Repair on Sunbeam Road. Browse the entire Toro line at ronniesrepairshop.net. All handhelds and accessories will be 10% off during the spring sales event.
Hey, I'm Tony from Tony D's Pizza. People ask me all day long, is it the water that makes the difference? Well, yes and no. Even water can't make a good pizza. It's the ingredients, too. The best tomatoes, the best flour, and the best cheese. Oh, and a lot of love. Tony D's New York Pizza, Bay Meadows and 295.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
All right, folks. The Masters is very, very close. And they have released their television schedule. So back in our day, you basically just watched at 3 o'clock, and that was really all you saw. Now they do a little bit more with streaming, but now it's gotten crazy. So on April 9th and 10th, from 1 to 3, it will be on Amazon Prime. And then it will be on ESPN.
Why did I think Paramount had it for a while?
They do. That's what I was getting to.
Okay.
So 11th and the 12th of April, the 12 to 2 coverage will be on Paramount Plus and then CBS. So you got to have Prime, Paramount Plus, ESPN, and CBS all to watch the Masters now.
So should we continue with that music then?
Payday, right?
I feel like it's so hectic. We should throw like some Pantera in the background there instead of that soft.
Oh, you didn't warn me for that. I would have had Pantera already.
Lovely music.
I was just telling Joe during the break, like I was always pissed at the Masters for being so uppity and not letting you watch their coverage until like halfway through the round.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, it's too much now.
Well, forever they didn't
They're
show.
whoring themselves out, just like all the other tournaments.
Well, everybody else has.
Yeah.
And even Augusta, who doesn't need any cash.
Exactly.
They still are some way, somehow. But they would never show the front nine forever. Then they started showing it. And you can go back to Tiger's run, I believe it was in 2005, against Chris DeMarco. And they just had this hellish weather. And they played like early on Saturday to make up times. I can't remember all the numbers.
Okay.
Maybe 40 holes. Just to kind of get back on schedule. Anyway, that was one of the first times that you would see the front nine, and then little by little they start to just feed you a little bit more.
So now you can watch it like streaming.
Oh yes,
and because I think when Tiger came back, like they were like, we're not gonna not show Tiger's rounds.
Well,
if he plays in the mornings, that would be just insane.
Exactly. And one of the coolest things is you go to their leaderboard, and this again is going back in time just a little bit. You would see the video camera icon on that player's position on the leaderboard, so you could click that and watch highlights.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, when you first saw that, it was like, whoa.
Oh,
now the players shows every shot from every player.
Exactly.
That's a hell of an undertaking too. So
since the Masters is doing something like that as well, and you can go back now and watch every single final round shot from any player from any Masters starting in like 1980s. Or something.
Really?
Yeah.
The archive. The archive is so cool.
Wow.
So just one more, and I'll just repost this now at 1010XL Joe C. But Front Office Sports, many others picked up on this, but they put it out. The Masters has released a trailer for its feature on Ken Griffey Jr., who shot Rory McIlroy's win at Augusta last year as a credentialed photographer.
Yeah.
And so the kid, who was great in Major League Baseball, has a profound respect for other guys playing the game. And in this case, it's playing the game of golf. And he is the way it's put out, it's called photographer number 24.
Get it?
That's it. Yeah, because that's his number, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
But photographer number 24, it'll premiere April 5th on NBC. And
That'll be
if
good.
you watch this, like I'm just going to repost it right now. If you watch the shots that King Griffey Jr. got, it is awesome.
Really?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how good is he as a photographer?
Awesome.
You got
Okay,
it.
You see him at like all big
I don't want him
events.
taking pictures of trees and birds.
Bird watching.
Out of focus.
He's
Exactly.
apparently a fantastic photographer, and he's very humble.
Trees and birds.
And he just like goes on a media credential and doesn't make it about himself whatsoever. Like you would never know that's one of the greatest swings and one of the greatest players in the history of baseball. Like I saw him watching the World Baseball Classic, watching batting practice, and watching Ronald Acuna just hit rockets. And like the love of the game that he still has, and the appreciation for like a great swing, it made me so happy.
Oh my God.
That was my favorite player of all time, and I love that he was never tarnished with what many of the late 2000s or
Accusations,
90s, early
finger
2000
pointing.
guys were. Yeah, exactly.
And like Daniel Murphy, you listen to him on the drill, and I know you do. He is such an aficionado of the sport, an appreciator of
such a great hitter.
Yeah.
Like the way he talks about hitting.
Oh my gosh, the analysis, the intel, all that stuff. It is something else.
He has a home in Orlando. You know, he goes to the watering hole there. He smokes cigars.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen him a couple of times in Orlando. Yeah.
So he'll smoke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which you got a big
He hasn't smoked mine, yes, but getting in there.
We need to get that.
Yeah, we need to make that.
Speaking of baseball, it's opening night, folks.
Yeah.
And,
whether you know it or not.
Yeah, exactly. So there is one lone game tonight. It's the Yankees versus Giants. It's on Netflix. Speaking of like the world of being a sports fan and
Up
the
for sale,
Masters.
streaming.
So the MLB is showing opening night on Netflix, and it only has like 3 games this whole year on Netflix. I don't understand why. It's just baseball shooting themselves in the foot once again. But don't worry, guys. The Thing from the Addams Family is throwing out the first pitch because Netflix has a show called Wednesday. So it's a
coming up.
cross promotion, and
Yeah.
I can't wait.
There's nothing wrong with those cross promotions. They're everywhere.
man.
Whenever you see it, they're like if it's on Fox, they're going to bring out a Fox star or whatever.
Of course.
But
The robot.
Netflix has opening night, home run derby, the Field of Dreams game, and now with the Yankees going tonight, if you're a Yankees fan, you need up to 9 other networks to watch your team's regular season and playoff games if they make it this year.
So no more Yes Network.
No, you have to pay for the Yes,
You have to
like
pay for that.
separately.
What else?
It says
Because
9
they're now Peacock and NBC have baseball, so the Yankees are going to be on that, and I think that they're going to be on Netflix, and they're going to be on.
The Yes Network used to
have
televise
them all.
every one of their games,
and now
right?
you don't. Yeah.
Oh,
And so
okay.
now
so they took it away from them.
And
Yeah,
now you have
according
to
to-
have Fox for the weekend games. It's like
according to front office, it translates to at least 5 separate subscriptions.
Yeah.
So this kind of comes back to
money.
Joey Cable over here.
Exactly.
It says just a decade ago you needed ... cable. And
Joe's
that was
still the smartest guy. He just lived through the whole
Exactly.
era
I
of
weathered
cord
it.
cutting, and yeah,
like a hurricane. Okay, I
Now,
just
he may have paid a little more
stapled my behind
In the
to a
short
bar
run,
stool.
but
in the
in the
short
long
run,
run,
but in
he's-
the long run, he's right there,
Yeah.
man.
And
Not only
weathered
that,
it.
you don't have to like, I got to get out of this app and get to another app.
And I
Wait
still
till that
do.
thing loads up, and there's the password right up. Crap, it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
right.
What's so classic is that this is a total B-moan session right here. Is that what? It doesn't make any sense if you scan the QR code with your phone, you log in, and then they want to send you a code via your email that you have to access
on your phone, or
on
they
your phone,
text
just-
you or something.
just
a
to
number.
guarantee it's you.
Yeah.
You know why?
okay.
Because they're tracking you, Joe. That's why.
Because they're
Well, we
worried
know
about the
that.
pirators. I am pirating it, but I still can get onto my email. I mean, like,
They're tracking you.
yeah, they are.
That's the worst feeling in the world when the game is on and you're trying to get to it, and then the QR
Right.
code pops up.
Oh, yeah.
You got to sign back in.
Yeah.
So
It's nuts.
annoying.
It's nuts.
Especially because, I mean, who among us knows their password? Honestly.
I have 1,000 of them.
Yeah. 70 million people came through the turnstiles last year for Major League Baseball. That's pretty dang good.
They've
So
been.
I am
They
looking-
have momentum.
Yeah, I am looking forward to it, especially coming off the World Baseball Classic. It's XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Big #1 Duval Ford, the #1 place to buy your next vehicle.
Hello, you're on the air.
There's more to 1010XL than radio. 1010XL is multimedia.
All communication lines are clear.
Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Find 1010XL on your social channels.
Pickin here. See clearly with the Eye Associates and trusted optometrists Zachary Boskool and Alice LaFlamme. From comprehensive eye exams, dry eye care, glaucoma management, diabetic eye care, and more, Dr. Boskool and Dr. LaFlamme are dedicated to protecting your vision. Immediate availability at all 5 Jacksonville locations. Schedule today with Dr. Boskool and Dr. LaFlamme by calling the Eye Associates, formerly Bowden Eye Associates, Schneider Eye and Wellness Center, and Janet Betchkel, MD at 296-0098.
Rick Ballou here with a congratulations for John's Auto. They've been in business in Jacksonville for 40 years. That's right, going all the way back to 1985. Right now, they'd like to thank each and every one of you who's ever gotten their vehicle serviced at John's Auto. So, car, truck, or diesel, all makes, all models, whether it's a routine maintenance or a complete engine overhaul, go to John's Auto on Arlington Road, JohnAutomotiveJacks.com.
Joe C. for Preferred Roofing, reminding you your roof is more than just felt and shingles. It's a system that not only keeps your home dry, but also impacts your heating and cooling bills. Preferred Roofing and Construction is a GAF Master Elite Roofing Contractor, lauded for having the ability to educate and inform homeowners on their options. Why GAF and Preferred Roofing? They're veteran-owned and operated with ties to Duval for decades. A family business ready to make sure your family has a good roof over its head. Log on, preferredroofingJacks.com.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental, with light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, located in Bartram Park.
Stop letting high-interest debt weigh you down. Pay it all off in days with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan. It's a completely hassle-free way to cash out your home equity with no appraisals, no paperwork, no waiting. Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan uses AI-driven technology to get you approved for cash in as little as 1 day with a rate that's at a 3-year loan. One client got $100,000 approved in under 24 hours, wiped out all their credit cards, started a home improvement project, and cut their monthly expenses by $1,500. Call Loan Pronto now and see how much cash you can get. No hard credit pull up front. Imagine, this time next week, you could be credit card debt-free. Loan Pronto, A-rated by the BBB, with nearly 2,800 five-star Google reviews. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. That's 999-1508 or loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, on approved credit, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
With 50 years of fabrication expertise in towing products, the family at Cannons of Jacksonville can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
I'm Chris Campione. Auto accidents can leave you feeling lost and overwhelmed. But at Campione Law, we're here to guide you with a personal touch through every step of the process. We don't get paid unless you get paid. CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione. Campione Law.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist is now offering ortho walk-in appointments. If you have an immediate need for orthopedic care, contact Southeast Orthopedic Specialist immediately. Avoid ERs and urgent care waiting rooms. For more information, go to se-ortho.com.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Do we know who the starter is today? No. No idea. Have no clue. One of them will have to be the starter in game one, and they got to go earn it. I like the room. I like how they're competing with each other, but also at the same time, the word you use that they are doing well is supporting each other. We got a long way to go to identify who's going to be the trigger man that gets the opportunity to start game one. You can start game one and doesn't mean you're starting game two or three or four, or you got to play well even if you get the nod for game one.
XL Primetime Wednesday, teed up by the Golf Club of Southampton, home of the Coastal Equipment Guggen Open Golf Tournament.
So there's John Summerall, no H, no E, but he the head coach of the Florida Gators, talking about who has the quarterback position locked down. Well, no lockdown right now. Aaron Philo. In other words, as we talk a little Gator football here in the spring, they're a few Saturdays away from their spring game, but one of the first headlines that you read about spring practice when it began was Aaron Philo wastes no time at Florida spring ball, making fans forget about DJ Lagway. And so you thought to yourself, okay, well, wait a minute. That means Philo's out in front. Summerall, the head coach, Matt, says no one right now has it on.
I mean, he's doing the right thing. I mean, he's making them both work. But I mean, I don't know what to think about this guy. He's all over the place. He's all over the map.
Mm-hmm.
All over the map. Which is fine. I don't mind that at all. But you know, you look at him and you look at what they've had previously. At the very least, you've got a guy who has said very clearly they weren't tough enough. They got to be tougher.
Yeah,
they got to have better players. You know, we've got to do a better job recruiting the state. Got to do a better job of mining the portal. They've got to be ready to play, and they've got to be a team that is a cohesive team.
Right.
Not having guys, one unit run off the field, one running off. So he is all over the place, but he still has that same message of there's going to be accountability.
Yeah.
So, I mean, let's see. I love the fact that he has told Tramel Jones, you can win the job. I love that. Because, I mean,
why wouldn't
obviously they paid money.
Yeah.
Okay? They paid a lot of money.
Right. But why wouldn't you say, hey, you're going to get to compete?
They paid a lot of money for Philo, who a lot of teams wanted. He's a talented quarterback. Like in our meeting, pre-show meeting, JJ was calling him a game manager. He's not a game manager. Mm-hmm. He's a talented player. A lot of teams wanted him. So you got to make him work for it, though. You can't just say you're the quarterback.
Yeah. Aaron Philo comes from Georgia Tech with the offensive coordinator, Buster Faulkner, who left under Brent Key to come to Gainesville and be the OC under Summerall.
Well, I mean, he's trying to create a culture. He's trying to create a culture of toughness, accountability, not giving guys job, making them earn it, all that kind of stuff. I mean, he's doing the right things for a coach coming in with a Florida team that's been down the last couple of years. So, yeah, I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But accountability and all this stuff, the sternness and the toughness and all that kind of stuff, if it don't translate to wins, then they'll turn on you.
Yeah, so
of course it will. Yeah. There's no doubt about that. Yeah. But if it does,
I know if it works, yeah, it works. But listen, I'm just telling you from TC in '96,
can't keep even the stick.
I'm just saying, yeah, with TC in '96, that sternness, that toughness, when we weren't winning, the locker room wasn't fun.
Yeah. And so Summerall, I think going back to what Matt said, is 100%. Play hard, play together, play with a plan. All those things, you can come up with a number of different ways to say it, but Florida at times looked like that. Precision, organization, intensity, yada, yada, yada. And then it would just come apart at the seams. And same set of plays were being run instead of any innovation coming out of the playbook or out of the guy walking the sidelines.
Where did you see precision and cohesion?
I'm just saying at times it would come out. Heck,
I'm asking you, where did you see it at times coming out?
The game against the Texas Longhorns, they went down the field. They were one of the better games, and DJ Lagway started to he was being asked to move out of the pocket, throw the football down the field on the run, take off and run a little bit. Anyway, there were some of those things that you saw, but not
the Ole Miss game.
Yeah.
You know, like the run he had 2 years at the end of 2024.
Yeah, made you salivate over what?
It's like a perfect
What, you're
segue.
nodding your head.
No,
I mean, he saved his job.
No, I'm saying because it's a perfect segue to what I wrote today.
Oh, okay.
It made you
an
salivate over
absolutely
what
perfect
was
segue because
possible.
Go ahead.
So we published a story in USA Today this morning,
Yeah.
a profile on DJ Lagway. I went out there and talked to him. He went through stuff that no one really even knows. He told me he never should have played his freshman season. He was hurt. His shoulder and his hamstring was way worse than what they let on. Billy Napier admitted to me that they held him out of Sunday and Monday. Didn't practice the entire season. Didn't practice because his shoulder and then his hamstring. And there were times when they held him out longer than that. The Ole Miss game you're talking about. The LSU game, the week before the Ole Miss game, didn't practice at all. Did not practice. He couldn't practice.
So we're talking
went out
2024.
There, went out.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now you're talking
went
about.
no, wait. I'm talking about first 2024.
Right.
So they go out there and they win that game. The Ole Miss game next week, he practiced one day. Another great game. He's literally playing when he shouldn't be playing. So here's what happened. He saved Napier's job. He became this huge, oh my God, this is who he is now. This is the guy. He's going to win a Heisman.
Yeah,
they're going to win a championship.
Not one.
Yes,
but
not
two.
one, but two. Right. So you go from, okay, this guy's got potential to this guy just saved his job and now this program's taken off. And he played the entire season hurt. So he gets to the offseason and Billy told me, Napier told me last night, he was desperate to learn the game. He was literally doing it all on the fly his first year. So he needed to work. He needed to get repetitions. He needed to learn the offense. He needed to learn progressions, all of that stuff, okay? He needed to figure out how to play the position. And then all of a sudden, he comes to them. He says, I think I have a core injury. So then they got to do surgery for a core injury. Then when that heals, the shoulder starts to act up again. He can't play in the spring. Then when they think they've got an idea on the shoulder and he's clearly not going to be ready to fall camp, but at least he's out there doing some light tossing, he gets a lat injury.
So when is this?
This is during the offseason, okay?
But
this is during the offseason.
Entirely through the spring.
So he went
practicing.
So he went from when he got off the field against Tulane, okay, which was December 19 in that bowl game
of 25,
all the way to the first week of game week of the season, without preparing for a game, without doing right. Exactly.
But let's also point out
now. Here's another thing too.
Yeah.
He also made it very clear that once he got to the point where he was participating in 11-on-11 legit passing practice, I guess is the best way to say it, where he was legitimately doing things that a starting quarterback would do, okay, that he was healthy. So he was healthy this year, but he missed almost 10 months of preparing for the season. He was the same guy who walked off the field, and in those 10 months, he did nothing, and all those defensive coordinators on the toughest schedule in college football all had answers for him. And he had no answers when they came back at him. And that's why they struggled this year.
And still wasn't coached very well when he was healthy.
Correct.
And let's not forget.
I'll tell you what, and to Billy Napier's credit, last night he said, honestly, I didn't do enough to help him when it was clear that what the time he missed was going to be a big problem. They were both very honest about it. DJ told me he hurt himself because he was isolated. He isolated himself away from the team instead of like being part of the team. And then, because he was depressed. He admitted he was depressed.
Well, he also became a workout warrior and didn't help himself from a football.
It wasn't really a workout warrior. He was out of shape.
Yeah. Okay.
We were all like, oh my God, look how big he is. And Billy last night was like, he was out of shape.
He was big.
Yeah,
he was big,
huge.
but he was out of shape. Yeah. When you go 10 months without doing anything, 10 months without doing anything, and then you get into that league in that schedule they had, and say, oh by the way, now go win a game.
Flip a switch. All right, we'll keep it going as we switch into the 1 o'clock hour.
XL Primetime from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios.
What's this one do? Ultra booster. And what's that mean? What's the difference? We'll take it.
No, you can't take that. That's one of a kind. That's a
1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking mumbo-jumbo. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices. I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from high heels to wagon wheels. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Liberty Landscape Supply is sponsoring Whiteout Cancer Night with the Jacksonville Icemen, Friday, April 3rd. Wear your Iceman gear in store and grab free game tickets while supplies last. Bring your ticket back with any $25 purchase and get a free 1-gallon plant. Liberty Landscape Supply has been making outdoor projects simple in Jacksonville for nearly 20 years. Find one of the 4 area locations at libertylandscapesupply.com.
He's our big hitter.
I'm Jaguars Today's middle linebacker, Tom McManus.
He tackles Jags talk from a middle linebacker's point of view. Fridays on 1010XL. Protected by Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Repairing or replacing your roof is a pretty big investment. So when that time comes, you can trust my parents at Endless Summer Roofing. Visit endlesssummerroofing.com for a free quote. Endless Summer Roofing, protecting your home from Florida's endless summers.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
When you're hungry, go big, and more importantly, go to Dailies, where they got anything and everything to tantalize your taste buds and fill you up. At Dailies, our barbecue beef brisket sandwich is slow smoked to perfection, tender, juicy, and full of bold flavor. It's the kind of sandwich that truly satisfies. Try the barbecue brisket sandwich at Dailies. Meanwhile, some favorites never go out of style. The Duval sub at Dailies is stacked, loaded, and made with the bold flavor you want in every bite. Fresh ingredients, big taste. It's a local favorite. Grab the Duval sub today at Dailies. Or maybe you just want a delicious chicken sandwich. Some choices just work. The chicken sandwich at Dailies is crispy on the outside, it's juicy on the inside, and it is full of flavor. Perfect for lunch, perfect for dinner, perfect anytime hunger hits. So grab the chicken sandwich today at Dailies. Dailies is made fresh, it's made local, and Dailies is built for big appetites. I'll see you there today.
Feel the rush of lighting up something truly exceptional. This Saturday, March 28th from 1 to 4 p.m., step into the ultimate cigar experience at Tobacco Cove, 3849 Bay Meadows Road. Join us for an exclusive Aganorsa Leaf Cigar event featuring incredible Aganorsa Leaf cigar deals, great food, and exciting prizes. Bring your friends, relax, and enjoy an unforgettable afternoon. Because at Tobacco Cove, it's more than a cigar store. It's an experience.
I was born in Louisiana.
The Legends 90th birthday celebration. Live. Buddy Guy, 90. Saturday, August 22nd, St. Augustine Amphitheater. Tickets on sale now at AXS.com.
Bueller.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, pal.
Stand back, Jason. I'm gonna
Sneeze? Yeah, I saw that coming.
It's all this spring pollen, Jason. It's outside and it's inside my house, and I just can't stop. I can't stop.
Sneezing? Okay, let me help you with that.
How can you help?
At Bueller Air and Plumbing, we can improve your indoor air quality with air purifiers, UV lights, and filtration systems. Every new system we install includes high-efficiency 4-inch filters that work better and last longer, even if you forget to change them.
Wow, that's amazing. It's amazing.
Life can get pretty dusty sometimes. If you spend all day, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. Former national champion head coach with the Florida Gators and current NBA head coach Billy Donovan is expected to be at or near the top of the list for the North Carolina men's basketball coach opening. The Bulls head coach hasn't coached at the collegiate level since 2015, spending the last 11 years in the association. He's rejected opportunities to return to college before, but reports state that he could be more open to the idea now. Right now, 73 degrees at 1 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. XL Primetime Wednesday, teed up by the Golf Club of Southampton, home of the Coastal Equipment Guggen Open Golf Tournament.
Big Sur said he's going for a little toasted cheese action a little bit later on. I'm not like that's an exotic that they took maybe straight out of the Wonder Bread and Kraft America slices and figured out a way to say, hey, we can create a little cottage industry out of this and charge people a lot more with a lot of different cheeses and whatnot. When's the last time you had one?
last week.
Oh yeah,
Really?
So you
Oh,
are
yeah,
a
I
toasted cheese man?
Yes, I frequently.
Okay.
So
all
what's
right.
your cheese? What's your cheese of choice?
Well, American cheese, a little bacon, maybe some
American
ham.
cheese.
That
I
kind
have
of
two. Hey, American cheese and a grilled cheese is phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're on like foo-foo like you with your Italian cheese.
No, I thought you were talking about like a cheese tray that you would order at a restaurant.
No,
or
a grilled
something.
cheese.
No, grilled cheese.
Oh,
grilled
a
cheese
grilled
sandwich.
cheese.
Grilled
Literally
cheese.
grilled cheese.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
your,
you
what's
gotta
your
go,
they
you gotta
turned
go
it into-
American cheese with a little bit of mayonnaise on
But
there.
like they've turned it into
Really?
like a
Yep.
full
Just a
menu.
tad.
Hang on
at
a
some
second.
place.
Wait a minute, mayonnaise.
You
is-
are
Like
how
all
are you,
sorts of choice.
How are you not a fat kid? So you
well, I don't eat
runs.
grilled cheese.
you grill.
bro.
Wait, so you grill with it's not butter. You use mayonnaise instead of butter.
A little bit, just a little bit.
Wow, Joe, that's
Look,
next
he's
level.
still
and
burning.
it
He's
sticks
still-
to the sticks perfect with the American cheese.
But guess what?
and-
I'm a non-mayo guy. I'd never
Me
go down
too.
that road.
Yeah,
So
mhm.
I'm butter all the way. Butter just.
I mean, I can't remember the last time I had a grilled cheese.
Yeah.
but
Really?
yeah,
Like I said, there's actual restaurants with the full menu, bro. It's just like
That's
it's
great.
Dude, there's a
exotic.
place in Orlando. It's in Winter Park, actually. It's called Toasted. It's nothing but grilled cheeses.
what are we doing? What are we
It's-
doing?
it's-
man?
Bro,
And
that's a
It's
national
a
treasure, bro.
delicacy.
Dude, the place is packed all
You
the
don't
time.
understand the emphasis of a grilled cheese as a shorty.
No, I've had them
That-
my whole life.
That was
Yeah.
my
but
go-to as a shorty. before I go
TLD,
outside.
They're very
Yeah,
cheap and
The
Yes.
lovely Diane she'll make, and I'm not even like a huge grilled cheese guy. I'm kind of like what you're saying. But anyway, she'll make it with that little tomato soup on the
Yes,
side.
it's perfect.
Oh, that is phenomenal.
And the
it's great for a
kids,
sick day
Yeah.
the M&M, they all go nuts for that.
It's great actually for today.
with some oyster
A little
crackers in there.
overcast, little kind of chilly, windy,
I'd rather go
rainy.
to Sunset and get my
Perfect.
chowder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now
Which-
when I went to
Your
Boston,
conch chowder?
we go like Hyla will go with the New Menorcan, and so that's a mixture, half and half. New England Menorcan. So you got a little red, you got a little cream,
All right.
and it's pretty good too. But I'm just straight Menorcan clam chowder.
what's the difference?
It's red. So
Okay.
tomato based versus cream.
Oh, I
based.
see.
Yeah. And so
Others call it Manhattan.
yeah,
Okay.
Manhattan clam chowder.
Yeah.
And then New England is the cream.
yeah,
Yeah, I've only had New England clam chowder.
yeah. And so, but
Yep.
you can mix and match, but like with the
So you
Menor-
basically just have like a little cream in the Manhattan clam chowder.
yeah, it just kind of thins
Okay.
the cream a little
Yeah.
bit with the little tomato base.
All right.
But I like the Menorcan clam chowder because it's got that daddle flavor that's running all the way through it.
You're Augie through and through is what
Yeah.
you are.
I do
man.
love it, man. The daddle pepper doesn't get enough
You are
respect.
so Augie.
It does not get enough respect. All right. So speaking of respect, is DJ Lagway going to earn a level of respect that maybe he lost down the stretch in Gainesville because of the way the team went with his days at Baylor? We want to get to that coming up in a second. But John Summerall did talk about the two Gators that he's trying to figure out who's going to win this job. Tramel Jones being one of them, Aaron Philo Jr. being the other. Fire the first one about Philo, JJ, from John Summerall with the Gators in spring practice as far as what they've seen so far.
Philo obviously has familiarity within the system, which gives him maybe a little bit of a jump start on where you are in the progression of operating within the offense. He's a good decision maker. He's got a quick release, a good arm, can make all the throws, competitive, has some leadership traits that are intangible that you like.
So
what's not to like about that?
Right. Yeah. He's just trying. He's going to say all
Like
the right.
JJ's like saying he's
Yeah.
a game manager. That's not
Yeah.
saying he's a game manager. Said he's got a great arm, can make all the throws. He's
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah.
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 Well, you watched him at
Exactly.
Georgia Tech.
No, I saw
He
him
beat you
start
guys
like
2
two
years ago,
games
didn't
or
he?
something.
He didn't beat us.
I
Stop
saw
it.
him start like 2 games. I have not seen a
almost
lot
2
of
years
Aaron
ago, right?
Philo tape. No,
Right.
What
No
did
way to
Philo
know.
do against you guys 2 years ago? What was that? They almost came back and won that game.
it was
2 years ago.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
last.
2 years ago. It was 2 years
2
ago.
years ago, yeah.
What's his name got hurt? He came in a couple of places.
Haynes King.
Yeah.
Haynes King and
The
he
King.
lit us
I mean,
up.
I mean,
This is
watch
his name.
Yeah, watch.
That was also the worst defense I've ever seen in all of college football.
I understand
history.
that too. I get that too. But my point is, if you go watch his tape when he played, man, he can throw it. He can absolutely throw it.
I didn't say he couldn't. By the way, I think that he's the starter. I mean, they don't bring a guy in like that and his offensive coordinator if he's not
Right.
going to
You
be the
can't.
freaking
You
starter,
can't.
guys.
Right.
Right.
And like whenever he answers these questions about the guys, he always talks about Philo first.
Mhm.
And he
And
even
so-
said right there, he knows the offense, so he's got a head start.
Yeah, 100% agree with that. But fire the Tramel Jones comment too, because he, like we all said, he's going to make these two fight it out to see who can claim the most playing time. But it doesn't mean one guy's going to get it fully on lock.
Trammell, just sort of a natural moxie young guy, doesn't maybe have quite the experience. Not that Philo's started a ton of games, but he's been in a few more of the competitive moments that Trammell hasn't been in quite as many yet in college. But Trammell, to me, just has a naturalness about him. You know, he's got a quiet confidence about him. He's very easy to relate to and sort of gravitate to. And he, similar to Philo, he can make all the throws. He runs effectively. You know, neither one of those guys are run-first quarterbacks, but they both have the ability to run.
You know, when we were at the Florida-Georgia game, you and I, and when they were doing pregame warm-ups, and I know it's just warm-ups. I know they're just throwing to receivers in a situation where everybody knows where they're going. It's all that. There's no coverage, all that.
Right.
I remember looking at you and going, he throws a better ball than DJ Lagway. He throws a nice, catchable ball, and he's got zip on it.
Are his balls different?
No, but you know what I mean? Like, I was like,
different.
Thank you.
Right, just making sure.
Thank you. And Trevor's are, too, believe it or not. So, but my point is, we were looking at each other going, wow. Because he had changed a lot from even earlier in the season.
Yes, true. And I'm not saying that either one of these guys can share the spot with the other guy because it just won't work. But it doesn't mean that you can't find certain things that if you do borrow a series or two, you can get Trammell involved. I don't know how he's going to handle it. He wants one guy to win it. At least that
sounds like he's trying to keep him out the portal. How about that?
Yeah, I agree with you.
That's 100% what he's doing.
Yeah.
Well,
you have to.
Well, the portal's not going to open up, so he can't get back in it.
Yeah.
He's there now.
He's there now,
unless he sits out a year. He can even sit out a year.
But I think, but going back to your days,
you bring your coordinator with the quarterback.
Yeah,
they've got a relationship with each other that you can't share. I mean,
very true. But also, are you thinking like back at least going to your competitive? The way you were raised in football, you got to keep that other guy engaged. You got to keep Trammell engaged and say, look, pal.
Right. What if Philo gets hurt game one? Yes.
Yeah.
Fight to the death for as many starting plays as you can possibly get. And that's at least kind of the way he's setting it up. It's what
he's playing it exactly how he should.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as a competitor, absolutely. I mean, you've got to know that you're at clear-cut disadvantage, so you've got to do more on your own to make sure that you're given a fair shake when it comes to the competition. So,
all right. So let's at least that's kind of a little bit of a backdrop as far as Florida is concerned. Let's talk about a couple of other ones. There are quarterback position battles in spring football that are definitely still cranking right now. Spring games. How many of them will we see? How many of them will actually be played? We can get into that as well. But there's definitely some up for grab spots in the quarterback game in the college football world that may be settled during spring football.
XL Primetime is driven by Duval Ford. Wonder what Rick Ballou would be doing if he wasn't on 1010XL?
The ultimate gentleman spy. Irresistible to women, deadly to his enemies.
Rick Ballou.
A legend in his own time.
Evenings on 1010XL.
Gold and silver prices are near all-time highs. If you have old jewelry just laying around, Estates Roadshow wants to buy it. Gold and silver, old rings, chains, even broken jewelry. Don't wait. Cash in while gold and silver are hot. The Estates Roadshow is in the First Coast area Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. in St. Augustine at World Golf Renaissance. Get cash in your hands for your unused jewelry. More info? Visit estatesroadshow.com or follow Estates Roadshow on Facebook to see all upcoming local events and locations.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. Tell me if this is you because it definitely was me. I go to bed thinking tomorrow morning I'm going to wake up early, jump in that ice bath I just bought, have a great breakfast, go for a morning walk, and order a veggie for my side instead of those fries. And then the morning arrives, I press snooze, skip everything else I planned because I'll do it tomorrow. That's the Awaken 180 difference. Tomorrow is today. It's so easy. You want to do it. Your coach will be there to help you do it. You won't want to let her down. Accountability, ease, feeling great. That's the Awaken 180 difference. Look, you can download an app, Google a weight loss plan, or buy the latest gadget, but who actually helps you follow through when you couldn't do it before? I lost 40 pounds with Awaken 180, and it was easy. No meds either. I couldn't lose 5 pounds in a month on my own. Awaken 180 works and continues to work because it's set up to not let you fail. So see like we did at awaken180weightloss.com. That's awaken180weightloss.com.
What if every day felt like a private resort in your backyard? Premier Outdoor Inc., Jacksonville's #1 pool builder in the 2025 Best of Bold City Awards, creates entire outdoor living spaces, not just pools, custom pools, heated spas, summer kitchens, cabanas, fireplaces, screen enclosures, and more. Veteran and first responder owned. Turn your backyard into an unforgettable retreat. See what you could build at PremierOutdoorInc.net. Premier Outdoor Inc., a visionary of hardscapes and aquatics.
We got a great show for you today.
Denny Thompson stars as the quarterback whisperer.
A big show.
He shares his insights Friday mornings on The Drill.
A king-size show.
Revved up by George Moore Chevrolet on 1010XL.
Bet on the ball game. Get your money down. Money lines, totals, and parlays. Where cash and tickets all around.
It's baseball betting season, and VSiN's MLB betting guide is a home run for bettors. Download your free special edition of the guide, featuring a betting preview of the Atlanta Braves and Tampa Bay Rays at 1010XL.com. That's 1010XL.com.
Hey gang, Prosser here. Have you been thinking about selling your home and you haven't pulled the trigger? Let me tell you about Chad and Sandy and the experts that will help you make that decision. Mortgage rates have dropped. They're expected to move lower. Home sales momentum is building, so now's the time to get your home ready to maximize your sales price. It's time to call Chad and Sandy, the proven experts to sell your home. Need to sell now, need to sell fast, need max price. Check, check, check. Chad and Sandy have the science behind it. Using their proprietary Market Max system, Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Jonathan writes from Mount Pleasant. The only thing standing between me and my dream of hitting the road in my RV was selling my Mount Pleasant home. After hearing Chad and Sandy on the radio, I gave them a call. The results were unreal. In just 3 days, I had multiple offers at full asking price. So can you. Call the local experts I trust and recommend. Call Chad and Sandy, 414-6200, or ChadAndSandy.com.
Insurance companies have teams of lawyers working to protect their bottom line. I'm Chris Campione of Campione Law, and you deserve someone just as focused on protecting your bottom line. We go head-to-head with insurance companies every day, and they know our name. Giving you peace of mind and delivering results is our job. With no fees unless we win, there's no risk to get the help you need. Visit CampioneLaw.com. Offices, Jacksonville and St. Augustine.
Count on Campione, Campione Law.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Time to drop some college knowledge on XL Primetime. Brought to you by Modelo, the official beer of the college football playoff.
Oh, man. I know we're right now, late March. Brackets are busted. We just mentioned spring football. No portal to follow. And so you're going to kind of zero in on what your team looks like, which actually is kind of a new thing. Is it not? Is a little bit of a new thing, knowing that your football team coming out of spring can basically stay intact. So let's at least throw some futures at you from the SEC football world and the Sunshine State with some totals, betting totals as far as the schools are concerned. So the alphabetically listed Southeastern Conference. Alabama. Where do you think they should be in terms of win total? Because Kalen DeBoer right now scratching and clawing and fighting for, I don't know, a little more job security.
8.5.
8.5 is what you're saying, Big Sur.
9.5.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Big Sur's nailed it.
Wow.
Now, that's saying the worst
Low
possible thing
expectations,
you
yeah.
could say to
8.5?
Alabama. 8.5. Again, you can look at all the different futures.
What is this? Is this
just over under total wins?
No, but I mean, what betting?
Hard Rock.
What,
Yeah,
Hard Rock.
yeah. Yeah, Hard Rock, and I'm also looking at FanDuel as well, too.
Wow, Hard Rock's like legit, man.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh, yes.
8.5?
Yeah, 8.5. They've got on the schedule ECU at Kentucky, FSU, revenge game.
I haven't heard a loss yet. Keep going.
Cocky.
Still haven't heard a loss.
Mississippi State.
Still haven't heard one.
On the road to Rocky Top.
I doubt it.
Yeah, you're about to list one right now.
No, I doubt it.
You're about to list one right now.
All right.
At Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. We all know Vandy.
They
owns
do
Bama.
get Georgia.
Chattanooga.
In Tuscaloosa, though.
Chattanooga and Auburn.
I mean, Georgia and at LSU the two toughest games.
Yeah, they have Georgia, A&M, both of them at home, and then at LSU. And so that
You can
honestly,
you can afford to lose what, 3 games?
Yeah, I mean A&M at home
Yeah.
might be a difficult one too.
Yeah, so 8.5 wins is what you're looking at.
I'm still a little shaky on A&M.
Okay.
They literally played the bottom half of the SEC last year.
I know, and one thing I love
They
about
played one team in the top half, and Texas beat them.
Right. Once you form an opinion,
you got that right.
Yeah, you're unbreakable.
In the
at
words
that
of
point.
John Candy in Splash, once something works for me, I stick to it.
But one thing is, one thing I have to admit, and this is one of my, I can go ahead and include it right now, JJ, if you don't mind it, because
I was running.
it is, after all, and I was wrong Wednesday, and I fell for A&M, okay? I was a member of the Fighting Elko Club, okay? I was a Marcel Reed man, and I was taking him all the way. And even though he started throwing the football to the other team a little too often down the stretch, still wasn't buying it. And Matt was steady the whole way as far as Longhorn, once they faced the Ags, that they would have a little something for them.
Listen, Reed's coming back.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're 8.5 too.
Mhm.
I just looked it up.
Yeah.
I like the over for them.
Okay.
Sorry.
So
I know that they didn't play the best in the SEC last year, but with the returning quarterback, I think they're going to be good.
all right, so I'm just going to skip ahead to them real quick since you did pull up that number, and then I'll bounce back to a few others. But A&M, when you take a look at the schedule, and this again, if you just want to put some thought to it as far as how it will go and who you think they will beat, they have Missouri State on the schedule, Arizona State on the schedule, Kentucky, Arky, Mizzou, the Citadel, that's a dub, at Alabama, at Cocky, and then home for Tennessee. If you want to
That's
look
only
at
like 2 losses.
Yeah.
Well, Texas.
and you could throw so the ones that you definitely maybe coin flip them,
Yeah.
Texas, Oklahoma, and LSU.
What about Alabama?
And you definitely have to coin flip that one.
Okay.
Yeah. Based on, because both of them are listed at 8.5 wins. Big.
Yeah. What about the Lane train?
Yeah. What about at Missouri? You think that's just a given at Missouri?
No. You're right. I could coin flip that one too.
They'll be favored.
What about Oklahoma?
That's what I said. It's a coin flipper. It's the red rivalry shootout.
I mean, Arizona's
Red
going to give them.
River.
Arizona State's going to give them a game in week 2.
Mhm.
I know it's at home, but they'll give them a game.
All right, LSU total.
I'm going to go. What do you got, sir?
9.5.
No, they're not. I'm going to say 8.5.
8.5 it is. 8.5 it is.
They
Now,
got a difficult road.
they've got the Clemson.
They got Clemson at home to start it. At Ole Miss.
The big ones, honestly, is that at Ole Miss next?
Then
Okay.
TAMU at home. Those first 3 games: Clemson, at Ole Miss, Texas A&M. Ooh,
that is a little bit of a juggernaut.
I mean, you're starting off with desperate.
Yeah.
Absolutely, positively, unequivocally desperate.
Dabo
Clemson.
desperate. Yeah.
Okay. Then you're going at Ole Miss in that circus. Then you come back home for Texas A&M, which is clearly trying to make a point, right? Yeah, then McNeese is a win, Kentucky's a win, Mississippi State's a win, at Auburn's a win.
But they do go at
Bama.
Auburn, then host.
Bama and Texas back-to-back at home.
Yeah, they host Bama and Texas, and then Rocky Top and Arkansas on the
8.5
road.
is probably right, actually.
So 8.5, not bad. All right, let's throw a couple. You mentioned Mizzou, 6.5 wins right now is one of the betting lines that you can catch for Eli
I go over
and
on that
company.
one, man.
The Georgia Bulldogs.
I'm going to say the Dogs are 9.5.
Same, 9.5.
Yeah.
No
Nailed
one
it.
in the SEC is 10.5. I bet Texas isn't 10.5.
All right, 9.5 for Georgia. You've got them on the road at Ole Miss. You've got all the other usual suspects, but they do have at Alabama, Auburn, Florida, Missouri.
Florida in Atlanta, by the way.
Yeah. Is that where that's at? Yeah. And Georgia Tech. Let's not dismiss them, even though they lost out on Aaron
They've lost a
Philo.
load,
Had to say goodbye to him. Don't
They
say.
lost their OC, and they lost a lot more than Philo.
Yeah. Just, I'm a Brent Key man, so
I am too,
yeah.
but he lost a lot.
All right, the Gators.
6.5.
6.5.
No, I think it's higher than that. I think it's 7.5.
It is 7.5. We'll
Whoa.
respect, please, for Johnny Summerall. Okay,
I'm taking the under.
because what was FSU's, JJ? They were
FSU's is
6. They were 6.5, right?
I'm looking at it right
Don't
now.
mess
Yeah,
with,
FSU
don't
is
mess with
6.5.
no H, no E, okay? Don't even
right.
think about messing with no H, no E.
But
So-
here's the deal on Florida State.
One
the
game
under,
difference.
if you guys don't understand betting, but the under is minus 142, which means like you're not. Most people are betting the under. You're not making a lot of money to bet that way.
And what was FSU 6.5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 6.5. So minus 142. When you get closer to that minus 150, it is telling you something.
So what's Texas? You never said Texas.
Let me grab Texas here real quick because Texas is another team is going to be a
bet
preseason.
9.5.
Yeah, they've got to be up there. They're going to be a preseason favorite.
They are 9.5.
Did you say Indiana was 10.5?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm guessing there's going to be 3 teams that are 10.5: Indiana, Ohio State, and Oregon.
Well,
And
Miami's 10.5.
Miami is really.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Big 4 teams.
That's playing
And Ohio State's only 9.5.
Really? So there is only 3 teams. I just got them wrong.
Let's see Oregon.
Well, it's because one team's playing in the All Coast Conference.
Oregon is 10.5.
Oregon's 10.5. Yeah.
One
Which
team's
is
playing in the Inner Coast
I'm
Conference.
surprised by that.
Why?
Just because they have to play Indiana.
Mm-hmm. So Texas
That's
with the
their one- it's one of their
9.5.
losses.
But they don't have to play Ohio State.
Right.
Okay. There you go.
Texas with the 9.5 over under win total. They have on their schedule
Ohio State.
Ohio State at home, but at LSU, at Tennessee, the Austin or the Red River rivalry shootout against Oklahoma. They have Florida coming into Austin, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Archie, and then they have it at Texas A&M also at the end.
All right. So hang on. Oregon doesn't play Indiana. Oregon plays at Ohio State, and they get Michigan at home.
Well, that makes sense. I knew they had to
They gotta
play
play at
just one of
USC.
those. For them to have that high, if they had Ohio State and Indiana on their
Right.
schedule, it would be 9.5.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, the Fighting Clark Lees.
Oh.
I'm going to go 6.5. That might be high. It might be 5.5.
That level of disrespect that you just showed Clark Lee.
Ain't no way it's 7.5.
Without Pavia.
Ain't no way it's 7.5.
I'm going to say 5.5.
6.5.
No.
But I'm with you, Jay. I probably would have put it at 5.5.
The level of disrespect they have.
They'll be starting a freshman quarterback.
Well, yeah. Listen,
Are they?
Clark
Yeah,
Lee.
well, a mega recruit, but still a freshman quarterback.
They're a target now. Okay?
Stop
They're a
it.
Now,
target.
I want
Stop
to
it.
hear Lane
Just
and
stop it
Lane's
right now.
old girlfriend.
Oh, right, Ole Miss.
So we should go Ole Miss first and then LSU.
Oh, we did
LSU already.
LSU.
Okay, they're 9.5.
They're
8.
they're 8.5.
8.5.
But
Great
real
qu- I'm
quick,
gonna
just
say Ole Miss.
before we get to Ole Miss, Vandy does, like, honestly, they're going to be a target for some of these schools, but they have got Auburn, Georgia, Ole Miss, Alabama, Florida, and Tennessee.
That's
on
why I
the
said
schedule.
5.5. It might be. And it might be take the under on that 5.5.
That's like
too.
the Gators schedule last year.
Yeah, that is unkind, as they say. 7.5 for Tennessee, for Heupel
That
and
might be
company.
high.
Is he in trouble?
I don't
like
think
post
so.
Joey
I don't
Aguilar,
think so.
he's got to go get him another quarterback.
If they win 8 games this year, he's not in trouble?
I don't think so. No.
So they're just fine with being
No. But
like
he got
6th place in the SEC
But he got to the
every year.
playoff.
That was 2 years ago, and they got housed. They got
He might get a little heat if they're.
I know that, but okay. First off, Ohio State embarrassed a lot of people in that playoff. All right, that's number one.
They were the first.
Number two, right? They were the
They
first.
were.
Number two, had Nico stayed with him, had they figured out that deal,
I don't
they're a
buy
different
that.
team last
I
year.
don't buy that
Joe
because
do. I
Smokes was
definitely
better
do.
than
I
Nico.
definitely-
Nico, when he
No, he
was
wasn't.
there, they
Stop.
went through like 5 straight games of them
Molly.
not scoring in a half.
Right.
Like every single game,
All
they
right,
didn't
they still
score.
got to the playoff.
Yeah. Anyway,
in spite of Nico.
I'm a Smokes man over a Nico man. All right,
so is Aguilar back?
No.
So, wow.
He's prepping. So that's honestly, that's probably why they are where they are.
Yeah.
And he may not. But so that's what I said to you first, JJ, is that he has got to get him a quarterback. And so that's the one main thing that Heupel has got to figure out. But right now, in Rocky Top, you let us know. But Aguilar denied, and so they're basically looking at.
I know they got some guys on the roster.
Not only that, Trinidad Chambers might get denied too. Still,
very true.
It's going to the Mississippi State Supreme Court.
So
Now,
whenever you say starting quarterback for Tennessee, does George McIntyre sound like the starting quarterback?
hey, don't mess with McIntyre. That's the McIntyre of Jacksonville fame too. You know that? right?
Yes, George
Don't mess
McIntyre.
with-
Does it scream or
That's his grandson, I believe. Yeah.
is it really?
Yeah.
Faison Brandon. What about that?
Faison Brandon
He's
sounds...
a former 5-star recruit.
See, there you go.
They're both former 5-star
Faison the
recruits.
5-star.
What's the McIntyre kid's name?
George.
George McIntyre sounds like he's a Corn Ferry Tour guy.
George McIntyre was the former head coach at Vanderbilt, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
Okay.
we need to get to Ole Miss.
All right, Ole
And
Miss.
Episcopal High School.
All right,
Just
so Ole
FYI.
Miss.
Ole Miss?
Yeah.
So let's look at the schedule first before you make the decision.
Where anyone could go and compete for a natty.
They're starting off with Louisville.
Louisville.
Which is going to be
best coach in college
It's going to be a
football.
difficult game. They also have LSU at home. They're at Florida, at Vandy.
Yep.
At Texas. They get Missouri at home. They got Georgia at home.
Oh my God.
They're at Oklahoma.
I'm going to say 6.5.
7.5.
Yeah, I think I'm with JJ. I'm going 6.5.
The bettors are still thinking lanes there because Big Sur's got
7.5.
7.5. Yeah. And so
I wonder what the odds are.
they're going to come back a little bit as far as if this offense looks anything like what Charlie Weiss Jr. and Lane were able to cook up, then people will start betting on them again.
So they're minus 150 over.
Oh my!
So not only was I wrong about 6.5, like almost everyone's betting
over?
on them to get the over.
That's
I mean,
wild.
that's just from last season.
True. And so that may
Gotta
make you get to the other side and see it. Because honestly, that's a hell of a schedule. Out of conference, Louisville, then you've got LSU, Florida, Auburn, Georgia, Oklahoma, Texas. Man, it is XL Primetime. You guys hit us 641-1010, the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Agree or disagree with some of those win totals for your SEC clubs.
XL Primetime, driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford, elite service for elite companies. It's full tilt to the finish line.
Going into 3 for the lead.
It's a half mile of havoc at Martinsville Speedway.
The race for the win.
NASCAR is revved up by the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234 and 1010XL.
Longer days, warmer nights, and a backyard that brings everyone together. Spring and summer in Florida means pool days, backyard barbecues, and night swims under the stars. Pick it here. For nearly 50 years, Surfside Pools have been creating the backdrops for life's best memories. From weekly service and repairs to remodels, commercial maintenance, and new pool construction, Surfside does it all. Ready to float happy? SurfsidePools.net or call 904-246-2666. Surfside Pools. Summer starts here. License number CPC 044080.
Welcome to Key Buick GMC, proudly family-owned and operated since 1943. Come see why they're North Florida's new and pre-owned truck center, conveniently located on Southside and JTB, just minutes from the St. John's Town Center. At Key Buick GMC, every new vehicle comes with our lifetime powertrain warranty. Key Buick GMC, we are professional grade. Online at keybuickgmc.com. Lifetime powertrain warranty covers engine, transmission, drivetrain only. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
When it's game time, make feeding the crowd easy. Chicken Salad Chick serves fresh Southern-style chicken salad, flavorful sides, and crowd-favorite catering trays. Order ahead at chickcatering.com or visit one of 4 area locations today.
The Brown Family YMCA in Ponte Vedra Beach is better than ever. Come experience our new renovated spaces, including an expanded wellness center with upgraded state-of-the-art equipment, recovery solutions, brand new locker rooms, and the Horsell Center for Health and Well-Being, all designed to help you feel your best. And now you can join with no joining fee. Plus, enjoy your 4th month free. There's no place like this place. And you'll love what's new. Visit the Brown Family YMCA in Ponte Vedra Beach.
March is full of upsets, but your oil change shouldn't be one of them. Don't gamble with your time in a waiting room. Go with a proven winner, Valvoline Instant Oil Change. No appointment, stay in your car, and a full-service oil change in 15 minutes. That's why Valvoline has a 4.7-star national rating and was named #1 quick lube in America by Forbes for customer service. Make the smart pick this March. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Quick, easy, and built to win.
For the greenest, luscious lawn on the block, choose the local legends, Roundtree Sod. Don't just settle for ordinary. Let Roundtree Sod deliver you a picture-perfect lawn. To get a free estimate, call 7414-SOD. 7414-SOD.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-575-7098.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-7098. That's 800-575-7098. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
All right, my golden moment is the Canes are at 10.5. Hard Rock bet. Yeah. We're at 10.5. We ain't going nowhere. Thank you, JJ. We ain't going nowhere. I know people are going to say, it's the conference. Look at your schedule. That's fine. That's fine. All I'm doing
Of course it's fine because you got a cakewalk.
So you say, Matt Hayes.
3-0 against the SEC last year.
Exactly.
Actually, 4-0.
Yeah,
Whatever.
The gauntlet. Yeah, we went through the gauntlet. The SEC, the mighty SEC gauntlet. Just
Look,
ran
you can
through.
win 4, but can you win 9, okay? That's the question.
We don't have to.
Don't have to.
Betting 10.5.
Yeah. So we ain't going nowhere. And the report, JJ, is that our quarterback. I'm like T.O. right now. I'm about to tear
Mensa
up.
looks good.
Mensa looks good. He absolutely looks good.
I mean, he's the real deal.
Yeah. So just
You
put
paid
that-
enough for him.
That's fine.
All right, Matt.
$14 million.
No shame. I don't care.
Seize this
Not
hater.
my money.
Seize this hater. Seize this hater. You're a hater, Matt Hayes. All things ACC, you hate.
All right, so my
You do.
my golden moment is DJ Lagway.
Mm-hmm.
DJ Lag went through a lot last year, man.
He's
Read the
looking
story.
for one.
Read the story at USA Today. You'll figure out what he went through for the last 2 years of Florida. He, like we said earlier, he admits that he was part of the problem. No doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
He was part of the problem, but he had a lot of extenuating circumstances, and he's getting a chance right now. He's getting a chance to be in a Baylor offense where Jake Spavital is the offensive coordinator. He runs a Mike Leach offense. They're going to throw it all over the place.
A better offense than
He's
Florida?
got a chance. He's got a chance to kind of rewrite his story, which is what he's looking to do.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of rewriting stories, this guy is tanned and ready to roll.
Our next guest is not affiliated with the NFL or Jacksonville Jaguars.
Discussion of injuries is solely based on opinion.
Now, the Bari Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Injury Breakdown.
I'm coming in hot.
He walks from the shores of the Grand Caymans right into the 1010XL studios. Yo! After a nice vacation, Dr. George Bari, fellowship trained under the renowned Dr. James Andrews. You're renowned now. How you doing, bro?
Nothing stays private with Joe. He just tells everyone everything, huh?
Oh, listen, I'm just happy you had a little respite, okay?
Yeah.
Because you do come rolling in here, and you're trying to take care of people, okay? You're trying to mend them and get them back in the game. And so you need a little R&R.
Yeah, and then sometimes you need a vacation from the vacation.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Because did young George and young Michael just like, get in your wallet a little bit with all the
yes. And then
island activities?
with kids, you have kids, you know how it is, right?
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
fun,
yeah.
and then it's also sometimes stressful.
Wait,
and
what does
it's
that even
fun.
mean? You need a vacation from the
Yeah,
vacation?
you're tired from the vacation.
you get worn out. Yeah.
Gee,
That's something rich
you're not
people
that
say.
JJ
special,
knows.
are
He
you?
was.
That
He
is-
was.
Isn't that? I was just gonna say that.
JJ was nodding his head. He knows.
Were you fanning yourself with a wad of hundreds? Is that what you were doing?
No.
I'm desperate for this vacation from my vacation.
But the kids' activities and everything, I totally get it, man.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Look at Joe changing.
You have like
the
an itinerary. You got to wake up. I got this thing at 8 o'clock. Got to get to.
Hey, listen, we're about to take the whole family on a little cruise, and I know it's going to wear me out. Like,
Yeah.
cruises are designed to relax you.
It's
But that's-
exhausting.
That one's going to wear me out. All right, 641-1010. If you have a sports injury that you would like to ask Dr. George Bari about, you can definitely do it. Just hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Big Sirs, bring up Jason Tatum first because he's come back from an Achilles he suffered in May of last year.
10
What
months
are
ago.
his numbers?
Yeah, I mean, right now he's averaging 19 points per game and 68%
Yeah.
shooting. So, I mean, it's been about 10 months. So
Yeah.
he's right on schedule, right? As far as
Yeah,
his
I mean, we talk about Achilles and we talk about ACLs, and ACLs are minimum 9 months, and
Yeah.
how Achilles are bad injuries. I mean, look, he came back 10 months later, right? I mean, that's a long time, right, to come back. And I think there has been some talks of some guys coming back a little sooner, like 6 months or 7 months. But Achilles is a very tough injury, and we've talked about this before in the stats of NFL players. They return to play and return. So remember, there's return to play and return to the same level of play, right? Those are two different things. And the Achilles is worse than the ACL. It's a tough injury to come back from, but he's not doing bad at all. And 10 months later, which is a long time, he looks good. And I don't think I've heard or seen anything mentioned about him having any issues with it.
All right, so this is out of your wheelhouse, but let's just stay in the NBA. And Cade Cunningham with a collapsed lung. Now, it's crazy when you hear these things, but a collapsed lung, what's the first thing you think of just from a competitor point of view? You want to make sure that you get them out of harm's way and get them immediate attention.
Right. So a collapsed lung, pneumothorax, it sounds bad. Obviously it's not great, but there's different degrees of collapsed lung. You can have a little bit of air. If you get a chest x-ray, you get a little bit of air around the lung.
They said this one was partially collapsed, yeah.
And you can let it heal on its own, give it some time, and on its own it will get better. And then there's some that are severe that you have to put a chest tube in, and a chest tube over time will let it get better. I don't know how he got it. Usually there should be some sort of injury to that area to cause it, but I didn't see
that's a good question just from a sports injury point of view. What would be, like, in the paint, somebody elbowing
Yeah,
you?
I mean, a lot of times people crack a rib, for example, get can get a collapsed lung slightly, or a big trauma to the area can collapse your lung. But usually there's some sort of trauma to the area to cause it to happen.
All right, so this is more in your wheelhouse, okay? This is specifically your wheelhouse.
He's a shoulder man.
The last time, well, he's also, all right, this is his wheelhouse. The last time we saw Dallas Wilson was over at the bank, November 1 against Georgia.
Former Gator?
Current Gator. What do you mean former Gator? Florida wide receiver. Was having a good game against Georgia, too. Hurt his foot. Just now got out of the walking boot.
Did they say what was wrong with him?
No.
And how long has that been now?
5 months. So at the end of February,
just got
the end of March would be 5 months.
Because in college they don't have to disclose anything.
Right.
Gio,
5 months in a walking boot. Was he ever non-weight?
Well, I don't know if it was 5 months in a walking boot. I'm just telling you, he just got out.
Yeah.
And he got injured on the 1st. Injured his foot on the 1st.
And was ruled out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, ruled out for the rest of the season. Right.
Yeah.
Was he? Did they ever see him non-weight bearing, like not walking, or was he always walking? Like
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, that's a long time, right? So, there's a couple of things I can think of. One, you have a fracture, right?
Like a Liz Frank, maybe.
You can have any type of fracture that maybe that is supposed to heal that is not healing, right? You get a non-union, and now you're 3 months out. It hasn't healed. You're walking boot to protect it. You get a bone stimulator, and that can take some time. That's one thing.
They said, by the way, and John Summerall also said, they're taking their time with it.
Yeah,
nice and slow.
That's really interesting. Maybe a bad bone contusion that's causing severe pain in the talus. We talk about bone contusions. People get them in their femur a lot. We see them in like football. They need contact or basketball, and they're out for a couple weeks, maybe a month or two for really bad ones. But if you have a bad one on your talus and it's causing severe pain, in theory, that could take time. I mean, it's really hard to say exactly with not knowing what part of the ankle or the foot is being injured, or maybe he had a tibial. I mean, this is kind of a stretch, but a stress fracture of the tibia, and he was on crutches and not able to walk and let it heal. I don't know.
They definitely called it foot.
Yeah.
Okay. They didn't call it talus, JJ, which is the infamous Tiger Wood talus on the side table while they were working on it.
I was just about to bring up Tiger.
Yeah.
So he played last night in his TGL event or whatever, but apparently he can barely walk, it looks like.
he walked okay last night. He
Okay.
actually didn't look bad, and the swing did not look that bad. But
good
one that I
we
saw.
got 2 weeks.
One
Can
that
he
I
make
saw
it?
because JJ and I were talking about this. Is he getting ready for Augusta? Is he tuning up maybe just to try it? And we'll see. But he wasn't walking bad. But the other thing was, and these guys practice on simulators. Don't think that they're just walking up and this is foreign to them. This is how they put a lot of work in. Anyway, par 3, shot it way over the back of the green. And it was like 116 yards with a wedge. And so those are the things you're not quite liking to see from Tiger. Par 5, 3 metal, second shot, hits it right in front of the green. And that one was a full unleashed swing, which looked pretty good.
Gio.
But he's got a sleeve on his leg.
Yeah.
Too.
So, Gio, if you can have titanium hips, you can have titanium knees.
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't there titanium ankles?
They do have ankle replacements. They do, but they're not made. They're not really great for. They don't last like a knee and hip do, right? So usually young people, a lot of times they'll fused ankle instead. But an ankle replacement, I guess right now the way they have it, for having hard labor on it and to do a lot of things on it, they don't last as long.
Because that's Tiger's problem, right? His ankle.
Yeah, they'll probably fuse it.
It's just so many things.
Well, he has a lot of stuff.
Fusions.
With his back, right?
Yeah. The last thing was what's it called? Discopathy?
Discectomy?
Yeah. With the disc in the back.
Right.
Like all kinds of stuff. All right. We got to turn Gio loose. But next week, another foot of a Gator, Caleb Banks, suffered a broken foot during the scouting combine and still was able to come through it. Still projected as a first rounder, so we'll get into him a little bit next week, see how it goes. Dr. George Barry, thank you, bro.
Thanks, guys.
All tan. You can definitely check out BariOrthopedics.com. Look for locations all over the city of Jacksonville. Your ortho doctor, he'll get you back in the game.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios. Brightened by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
Hey, it's Brent with Arcosa Crushed Concrete. If you've got concrete or asphalt rubble on your site, let me buy it from you, and I will recycle it into construction material for your future projects. Arcosa Crushed Concrete. Get paid for what you don't need.
Life is about choices and the decisions you make. I'm David Robbins with Epstein & Robbins. If you're convicted of a DUI, you'll have to face severe consequences. Walking through the doors of the courthouse or appearing at a bond hearing can be extremely intimidating. Without the right lawyer, you're likely to make the wrong decision. Let our team help you make the right decisions in court. Epstein & Robbins, the right choice.
Epstein & Robbins. Fighting for your rights since 1975.
The new Ackerman Cancer Center is now open in World Golf Village with state-of-the-art technology that detects cancer fast and accurately. Same-day appointments are available where faster answers meet compassionate care. AckermanCancerCenter.com.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. Tell me if this is you, because it's definitely me. I go to bed thinking, tomorrow morning, I'm going to wake up early, jump in that ice bath I just bought, have a good breakfast, go for a morning walk, and order a veggie for my side instead of fries. Then the morning arrives. I press snooze, skip everything else I planned because I'll do it tomorrow. But that's the Awaken 180 difference. Tomorrow is today. It's so easy. You want to do it. Your coach will be there to help you do it. You won't want to let her down. Accountability, ease, feeling great. That's the Awaken 180 difference. Now you can download an app, Google a weight loss plan, or buy the latest gadget. But who actually helps you follow through when you couldn't do it before? I lost 40 pounds with Awaken 180, and it was easy. No meds. I couldn't lose 5 pounds in a month on my own. Awaken 180 works, and it continues to work because it's set up to not let you fail. Succeed like we did at Awaken180weightloss.com.
Stop letting high-interest debt weigh you down. Pay it all off in days with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan. It's a completely hassle-free way to cash out your home equity with no appraisals, no paperwork, no waiting. Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan uses AI-driven technology to get you approved for cash in as little as 1 day with a rate that's at a 3-year loan. One client got $100,000 approved in under 24 hours, wiped out all their credit cards, started a home improvement project, and cut their monthly expenses by $1,500. Call Loan Pronto now and see how much cash you can get. No hard credit pull up front. Imagine, this time next week, you could be credit card debt-free. Loan Pronto, A-rated by the BBB, with nearly 2,800 5-star Google reviews. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. That's 999-1508 or loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781 on approved credit, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Save big and head to Ronnie's Repair on Sunbeam Road, your local sales and servicing Toro dealer, for their spring sales event this week. Ronnie's offers the full line of residential and commercial Toro zero-turn, stand-on, and walk-behind mowers in gas and battery options. Get groundbreaking savings on Toro Time Cutter, Titan, and Z-Master zero-turns, Grandstand multi-force stand-ons, and walk-behind mowers. Take advantage of the Toro 0% financing or Toro rebate on select select mowers. Stop in this Wednesday through Friday to check out great deals and amazing finance offers. Ronnie's has everything you need to make your lawn look the best in the neighborhood. For more details on spring sales event deals, visit your local Toro dealer. Ronnie's Repair on Sunbeam Road. Browse the entire Toro line at ronniesrepairshop.net. All handhelds and accessories will be 10% off during the spring sales event.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. XL Primetime Wednesday, teed up by the Golf Club of Southampton, home of the Coastal Equipment Guggen Open Golf Tournament.
Had a good time today, and you can always have a good time when you head out to the Golf Club of Southampton. Don't forget, with that renovation that's coming up, the initiation fees are going to go up after that, so make sure you take advantage of it now. It's increased savings when you do it now. You can become a member. 12-month initiation fee. They knocking $1,000 off of that bad boy, and then you can have that $500 gift card in the pro shop. So take advantage of it. Just log on golfsouthampton.com and check out everything at the Golf Club of Southampton. So we mentioned Caleb Banks, and I was listening to Jaguars Today before we came on the air, and Tony Paulini, what is that, Pro Football Network? Does that sound right? Mm-hmm. And he is honestly very knowledgeable dude. They get a bunch of draft experts on there, and we get our share, but they definitely get them on a regular basis. And Tony Pauline still sees Caleb Banks outside of the first round. Yet all those mocks and whatnot, we're going to do our midweek mock a day late tomorrow. But a lot of people have Caleb Banks going in the first round, even with that injury, broken foot, coming out of the combine, was able to run, and we'll see what it looks like pro day wise and all that kind of stuff going forward. But
do you know he broke his foot during the combine? It just kept on going. I mean, because adrenaline does
that part
factor in.
Yeah, that part probably got him some style points. Don't you think?
Yeah, probably did. But if he, I'm not sure if he had his agent.
I
with
don't
him
know
or
if
not.
he broke it during.
It says, but
they
I don't know either.
Found out like during.
Yeah.
Well, so I
mean, okay. Well,
so it's so funny because
here's the thing: when they do their medicals, so the medicals they let you know when they do the examination and stuff like that. So probably maybe he did break it doing and just kept on going.
I hate to trust AI when it comes to this because it said suffered during.
He missed
combine.
numerous games this past season because of a foot
injury.
Yeah.
And so that honestly, if you're anybody in the NFL eval world and you got to make a decision, you're a scout, you're a GM, you're whatever, you got to worry about that just a little bit.
Unless you're Trent Baalke.
Yeah. If you've got a serious injury, a multiple injury, particularly when you're talking about a guy with his get off, okay, that foot, trying to make sure that he generates that power against a big man like you, right?
Yeah.
That could have an impact.
You don't want to be labeled injury prone.
That's true, too.
Before you even get to the league.
Speaking of injury prone.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on
I
Phillips
jammed
Highway.
my finger in like 7th grade.
Oh, yeah. When was your last injury?
Yeah, I'm not very injury prone, actually, knock on wood. Hopefully that doesn't start now. Yeah, if you wanted to, if you tore your ACL in college, Trent Baalke was probally showing interest.
He had an eye on
zeroed in on you. Yeah.
Let's take a look at this guy. No one else is looking at it.
He has a database with the latest injuries.
His AI database was after injury. That's when we draft him.
Yes.
All right. So anyway, we've been talking a little bit about the mock and all that
That's
kind of stuff.
Really good, Joe.
Yeah.
That was good.
That came to me. What's coming up?
Yeah, so we are going to get in. Earlier in the week, we had a conversation about the players on the Jaguars at this point in time who we feel have the most to prove this season. And so we're going to go a little deeper into that and say what that means for us. Like a Brian Thomas Jr., is it certain numbers he needs to eclipse this year? Is it just improvements? Is it not dropping balls? You know, everybody, I think, will have a different reason of what needs to happen with BTJ this year. And we'll go through some of those players this year that we do feel like need to improve or you want to see bounce backs or whatever the case may be. And
and what we need to see for that to kind of link together.
If he takes that step back up, my gosh, man.
Oh, yeah.
This coaching staff will get a ton of credit.
And like, honestly, if you think about it, if you were looking at the NFL as a whole and you're talking about if BT goes back to what he was rookie season, Brian Thomas Jr., Parker, and then Jacoby Myers now with Brenton Strange, you're talking about 4 guys that I think can compete with most rooms in the NFL.
They will love it.
Yeah.
All right, Taylor, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Helmets and Heels coming up next. And, you definitely can start drilling down on what this team's going to look like with the free agency period basically over. They missed out on Bobo, and now they're probably looking full on at the draft. We had a good time. Thanks to the Golf Club of Southampton. As always, don't forget golfsouthampton.com. You can check out their Facebook page for everything that's going on and those membership opportunities. Take advantage of them before they begin the renovation. You can call 287-PLAY and get on out there. Right guard tomorrow? You all right with that?
Yeah, right guard. Yeah.
Okay, XLP Big 3, right guard tomorrow. All right, we will do
I've
it.
already given you my right
Yeah, I
guard.
know you have. We will do that coming up on Thursday's show. It is time for us to exit stage left. Joe C., Maddie, Big Sirs, and JJ.
XL Prime Time, driven by